When I say the word video game, there might be a lot of different things that you think of, but typically I don't think stories are one of them. The way interactive stories are told are...
Devon.
Oh, hey, Joe.
I am stuck in a loop.
A loop? What are you talking about?
Never mind. What are you doing?
Well, I figured while you were gone that I was gonna like change up the set, kind of like do this YouTuber thing, but you weren't gone for that long.
I do not know what you mean.
Well, you were only gone for a few minutes.
It has been 2 weeks since the last video.
2 weeks?
Yes.
No, but you were literally gone for like a couple minutes.
The simulation is having errors.
That sounds bad.
I will need to reset the simulation.
No, don't do that.
Okay. Then I will continue. I have played the game you made in the last video and I believe to have felt human emotions.
Oh, okay, so video games can communicate emotions.
Yes.
So does that mean that I've changed your mind?
I need more.
Need more what?
I need to experience more human emotions. Design another game with human emotions.
Okay, I'm gonna need a little bit more time though.
If you do not design more emotions into a game right now, I will reset the simulation.
Okay, Jesus, what were the emotions again?
They are on the TV.
Where's the TV?
Another error. I will spawn another TV.
Well, I mean, that's not a TV, but that works.
If we cannot see the game, then describe it.
Okay, fine. I'll try to think of a game. Do you remember the emotions you picked?
Distressed, grief, and humiliation.
Okay, well, let's see. If I were to take each of those emotions, put them into one game, I could probably use them each like as a 3-act structure, you know, each emotion acting as one act.
What kind of game would it be?
What was the definition of distressed? Oh, hey Joe.
Hello, Devon.
What's the definition of distressed?
Distressed means extreme worry, sadness, or fear.
Why did your voice change?
Another error. Please continue with your explanation.
Okay, well, in order to create a distressed player, I think I'd create something like an adventure game that has a resource that the player needs. Something that the player needs to survive.
Blood.
What?
Humans need blood to survive.
That's not really a resource. I'm talking about something you can gather, like to keep your energy up, you know?
Like the food system in Minecraft? Is Minecraft distressing?
Well, it might be for some, but no, I'm thinking like Minecraft's food system is a little too lenient. I would want something that keeps the player's energy really low. So to contextualize that, I'm thinking like if they're a survivor, like a plane crash survivor in the wilderness and they're hunting, you know, around for food.
And when they find the food, is the game over?
No, I would make like a long-term goal, like look for civilization, you know, and while the player's looking for civilization, then their energy will have to be used in order to keep walking, so they have to keep looking for food, and their little energy bar will tell them over and over, you know, find some food, find some food.
So when the player is walking for a long time, they will find a food.
Hey, your voice came back.
Please continue.
They'll find plants that are both edible and inedible.
How can the player tell the difference?
They won't be able to, actually. They'll just have to take a chance and see if a plant is poisonous or not by eating it.
That sounds counterintuitive.
Yeah, big time. It'll stress the player out like a lot, trying to figure out what plant is poisonous and what's not, but they have to keep finding ones because their energy is so low that they keep going and keep going and keep
Oh,
hunting.
I see. And that would be distressing.
Yeah, exactly. So what was the next one? Grief?
Yes.
That's a tough one. Hey Joe.
Hello, Devon.
What's the definition of grief?
Great sadness, especially at the death of someone.
Okay, so I think the best way to do this would be to take someone away from the player.
The game could inform the player that their entire family is dead.
No, I don't think that would work.
Why not?
Well, it's just a game. It's not a horror ARG. We're trying to keep all of our ideas inside the game itself.
Okay. We could give the player another human, then take them away.
Yeah, but it's not exactly that simple.
But humans care for each other.
Yeah, but games are works of fiction. Just because a human is present in the game doesn't mean that the player knows or cares about them. They need something to emotionally attach themselves.
How do you make a player attach themselves to a game?
That is a question we could spend days on, and in this case I think I would just go generic. I would have the player, as they're walking through the wilderness, they would meet up with an NPC, one that is also a survivor from the plane crash. And the NPC needs to get to the hospital, and so the player has to take them with them.
I do not know much about gamers, but I know that they hate those kinds of characters.
What just happened?
The credits are rolling.
Are we back?
Yes.
Okay, well, anyway, what you were talking about before with gamers hating these types of characters, you're absolutely right. People hate, obligatory kinds of actions like that. So I think what I would do is I'd have the NPC help the player. And in this case, they could help them identify which plants are poisonous versus which ones are edible.
How would that work?
Well, I would make it so that the NPC can't walk and that the player has to carry them. So while they're carrying them, then they would see different highlights on different plants. So like a red highlight means bad, and yellow highlight means low energy, and green highlight means a lot of energy.
Oh, humans care about plants. That makes sense.
No. When the NPC helps the player, then they'll be lowering the player's stress, which means the player will feel much better about this NPC, thus forming a connection with them. And the NPC will later on die from their wound.
And that is grief?
Well, I think that's about as close as we can get within that time frame. I mean, we've given the player a person that they care about, superficially, but they still care about them, and we've taken them away. So, that at least creates disappointment.
Oh.
If we really wanted grief, what we could do is we could have the NPC help the player for literally years, and then kill them off.
That would be a very long time.
What was the last emotion?
Humiliation.
I think I know how to do this, but it would be a bit dark.
What effect does the lighting have on your...
No, not literally. It would be tragic.
Okay.
I know that humiliation means the loss of self-respect, so when the NPC dies, he would be highlighted in green.
The NPC will provide energy to the player?
Yeah, the player could resort to cannibalism at this point if they want to. They look at the friend that just died and see that it's highlighted in green, and then they make the connection in their mind and they go, oh, I guess I could do that if I wanted to. Probably make them feel pretty strange.
I see. So to recap, the player begins as a plane crash survivor, wandering in the wilderness looking for plants.
Yep, then they get distressed over how little control they have over the resources.
Then the player meets an NPC who helps by identifying edible plants.
And after helping for a while, then the NPC dies, causing the player grief.
Then the NPC is highlighted in green,
which causes the player to feel humiliated as they decide to eat the person that just helped them. Joe, can you fix the simulation without restarting it?
I will try.
Wait, what's going on?
Something is wrong. The backup is corrupted. Oops. Devon, where are you?
The way interactive stories are told
Hello,
are...
Devon.
Oh, hey, Joe.
I am stuck in a loop.
A loop? What are you talking about?
I must end the simulation.
No, don't end the